Hello and welcome to round two pools for the Mix tournament. This is in this stage of the pools round, players were put into pools based on their performance in round one pools. So I finished first in my pool, so did everyone else in my round two pool, including Minionpawn, who I am playing in this match. So this is going to be another. This pool is again 4 players, and you play a 4-game match against each of them. So, and then that will determine entry into a single elimination bracket. I think only maybe the top 1 or 2 players advance to that. I'm not exactly sure. In any case, as with the other games, this is all the matches in this tournament involve playing a different mix for each game. So for this game, we've gotten Seaside. So let's see what we've got here. No draw. Oh wait, there's gear. Okay, there's some draw. Not a ton, but some. We're gonna want to trash with Sentry. Although I guess we could just do it with Church. Probably prefer to get a Sentry. Gear looks good. I think I will pick up one of those. I'm not sure about Patron versus Sinister Plot. I think we are probably going to want a Sinister Plot. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And we're going to hopefully be able to use the gear to set up hitting Sentry. Yep, okay. So we can set aside an estate, pick up a Sentry. And this is actually pretty nice because now, I mean, we could end up like revealing our gears or something, but assuming we're going to pick up a second gear, which I think is the plan. If I don't draw a card, the point is the Sentry is pretty likely to find estates, so that's nice. Yeah, I think I do want another gear. We're going to need to pick up a Minstrel soon, but we can do that this turn because we know we're going to have at least 4. Would be nice to get an Artisan. Artisan's not amazing here, but still solid. Probably are going to want a Smugglers too, actually. Okay, not perfect, but not terrible. So yeah, do we want to just take the Minstrel? Minstrel actually will help a little bit with setting up Sentry as well. I mean, we can just kind of plan to play like 1 gear per turn as our terminal and maybe not pick up a Minstrel just yet. We could, but we don't. It's not like picking up a Smugglers is going to be a good idea until we get a village anyway. So I think I'm going to take the Minstrel. I wonder if I should pop the plot here. I think I will. All right. Unfortunately, don't hit 6. We can't pick up an Artisan of our own. So do we want to pick up a Smugglers now? I think it should be pretty good. Okay, so we know everything down there is junk. So unfortunately, that happened. I guess we might as well set this sentry aside with our gear. And probably want a patron at this point. Get some more econ. So we've got, in these 5 cards, we've got 2 estates, no, 1 estate, a gear. One estate, a gear, 2 coppers, and a patron. Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is whether I want to play my minstrel first. I think the answer is yes, partially because I can get a coffers off the patron. Like that. Although I'm only going to be able to trash 1 card, which is pretty annoying. I think the order really matters here. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. I can trash an additional card. So, what did our opponent gain last turn? Patron, smugglers, and gear. Smuggling a smugglers right now doesn't seem useful because we can't really play it. Smuggling a gear seems pretty good. Patron doesn't do anything for us this turn. An additional patron doesn't, that is. So I think I will play patron, smuggle, gear. I mean, we could smuggle the patron and just set it aside, I guess. We don't think we need the draw. And right now we probably don't. But we also don't have plus buy to take advantage of. Yeah. Let's take the gear. And then the question is, so we don't want to set this estate aside ideally because we want to trash it. We kind of need another village. Would be nice to get an artisan, but I think I'm going to take the minstrel. Oh, great. Found most of my bad cards. Yeah, maybe I should have taken the patron because I'm still trying to trash coppers. I don't know. That might have been a mistake. Yeah, I think I should have gotten either a patron or an artisan, probably. Alright, I don't think I need to draw here, so let's go with the sentry first. try to make sure we can hit something. Okay, so now we want to smuggle the minstrel, because why not? Gear set aside. Minstrel sentry. We want to keep the villager? Or do we want to play this gear? We could. I think I'm going to set aside Minstrel Sentry and not play this other gear. Keep the villager. I think I am going to take an artisan now. Damn it. I guess I could use a church, huh? Maybe I'll gain one with artisan. Want another artisan? A little bit surprised by that. You can't, I feel like you can't reduce hand size like that comfortably. We should actually consider picking up Piazza at some point. Like, this deck is going to be pretty garbage free. Yeah, okay. Like that. Still don't see a need to draw here, so I'm going to add another token. Let's do this. Might as well get... Save the sentry for next turn. It's not going to do anything anyway. Okay, so what did our opponent gain? It was just a minstrel. Right. So do we want to take a church? I kind of want another patron. But I should probably get the church. Yeah, okay, let's do... Oh, could I have used the artisan top? No, I guess there's not really a way to get an additional card onto the top of our deck without a second artisan. We could smuggle the other artisan. Not that that's going to do anything this turn, but... They gained artisan, minstrel. We want a second artisan. What are we going to do with it? I don't know. I think one artisan is probably enough. And then... So we can set aside... Minstrel Sentry? Artisan for... I guess we'll just take the church. I was talking about. I'll take the gear. Set that aside. This, buy another patron. Oh, I forgot to buy Piazza. Whoops. Okay, well, I'll have to fix that this turn. Okay, we should probably take those last two minstrels. So we still don't need to draw. I don't know when we will, but... Alright, there's nothing for the sentry to trash. So we should just play the minstrel and hope we can reveal patron. Nope. Okay. Are we gonna set aside... Oh, I guess we could just set aside both of our sentries at this point. Yeah, that's probably good. There we go. We can artisan... Oh no, do we smuggle the minstrel? Artisan for minstrel. Let's... We definitely are going to smuggle one, so let's just go ahead and do that. Buy Piazza. I guess we could set the copper aside. We've got another minstrel down there. We can set aside copper minstrel and then church the copper the following turn. Which means that we don't have to worry about it hitting Piazza. So, in terms of what we gain with the artisan, probably just another patron. We could take a messenger, I guess, for some plus buy. Are we going to use that this turn? 4 coins. We play the copper, we have 5 coins, 6, 7 coins, plus potentially 3 more. I guess we could use plus buy this turn. In which case, I think we artisan for messenger now, so that we can reveal the patron one more time. And then the gear, set aside the copper, 6 coins, so up to 10 coins. We buy Piazza Minstrel. I think that's good. It does mean that our opponent has something that they can smuggle, messenger, but it's okay. Well, they drew with the plot. Interesting. I guess they only have the one gear to my 3, so they have a little bit more need to draw than I do. Oh, I didn't realize they had left so many coppers untrashed. With the churches, that's kind of surprising. Like, there's a risk there with Piazza, right? And they did, in fact, not activate the Piazza because of the copper. I would assume we split the minstrels evenly, but I'm not actually sure. Wasn't keeping careful track. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like I have 6 actually, so that's nice. Okay, so I'll have the opportunity to smuggle messenger, patron, or gear, maybe something else. Probably gonna want the second gear for my, like, so I have 2 each turn sort of thing. Well, maybe I'm not going to be setting stuff aside. I don't know, but probably want another gear in any case. So they've only got 4 minstrels, and they've got kind of a lot of terminals at this point. Interesting. Okay, put this in our hand, put this in our hand. Piazza reveals minstrel. We want to do that. The artisan, yeah, we probably want the artisan before we want another minstrel. I don't think we need to draw. So we're going to be super dud proof. Okay, so go ahead and play one of these. Perfect. Do it again. Maybe I should smuggle a patron. Well, we need to get through one more card first, I guess. Right, but now if I smuggle a patron, we can do it again. So many coffers. And I can do it again. Okay, so I guess in theory I could have artisaned another patron, but probably getting another messenger is going to be more useful at this point. So I think we'd prefer to set aside cards with church rather than gear, so that we have the gear available for draw next turn. So we could like church 2 sentries and a copper. We play our patrons, we play our messenger. What are we top decking? I guess we could top deck a sentry. Or we could top deck a gear. That would make some sense. Wait, but we don't have another gear to top deck, is the problem. Oh. Okay. Unless we play the sentries instead and then top deck the gear with the artisan. That seems like kind of a waste, but it also seems like kind of a waste not to get another messenger right here. I guess we can ask, okay, so 6 coins, 8 coins, plus 13 coffers. I mean, we could like single province, we wouldn't even need any plus buy. It's going to be hard to actually empty piles. I guess we could take the last 2 patrons and then our opponent wouldn't be able to smuggle anything, but I don't know that that's worth it. Especially because 5 gears, they have 2 artisans. I guess there's no way for them to gain... No, there totally is. Yeah, never mind. We should take a province, probably. Question is, do we want to take those 2 patrons? We've got the draw with the plots. I think we probably do want the patrons if we can get them. So we could artisan for a patron, top decking a sentry. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Gear, set aside nothing. Artisan. Patron, top decking, sentry. Church. Sentry and the messenger. I mean, not the messenger, the copper. And then we buy patron province. We really hope that we don't hit province with our sinister, or I mean, our piazza. The odds are pretty good that we won't. Ha! You get nothing. Good day, sir. Grab some water during my opponent's turn. This might be the turn to pop the plot, depending on what Minionpawn does here. Not entirely sure. I mean, I would be surprised if I had enough draw to get through those extra patrons plus the province. So there's 5 gears left. We have 3 guaranteed gains right now. There's also messenger. You can buy messenger. Smugglers, of course, could potentially be a thing as well. Okay, so sentry is also at 5, but you can't messenger a sentry. Oh, okay. Like, that's not informational. That's fine. Just 4 steps looks like more than what it actually was, I guess. You don't have any minstrels left, so... Oh, but maybe they're just not drawing those cards at all. That's probably the case. Yeah. Sets nothing aside. That's interesting. Okay, double province, sure. So let's go ahead and do the Piazza first. Okay. So do we want to draw 6 here? That is the question. That is the question. So we know we have... Our opponent has like 4 patrons to our 6, I believe. So in terms of stop cards to get through, we've seen 2 of them. So we have 4 more patrons in here. We have a province. That's 5. Smugglers is 6. Messenger is 7. Artisan is 8. And then we have 5 minstrels. So we have 8 cards to get through. We have 3 gear. Yeah, I think we can do without, honestly. Now, the other question is our opponent a threat to triple province? They just spent all of their coffers. How many of them did they gain this past turn? They should, in theory, be able to gain a maximum of like 4 patrons. So maximum of 3 patrons per minstrel would be 12 coffers, but they can't actually do that because you can only top deck so many times with the artisan to like not draw the top one off. So realistically, the maximum is more like 10, but then also you have to consider that like they're not actually likely to have that many. And then in terms of money, they have the 4 patrons for 8 coins plus the messenger for another 2 is 10. They didn't actually play all of those this past turn. They had to use 8 coins. 8 coffers. So, I mean, I don't think they're really a threat to triple. I think we can double safely. That is my belief. Especially because they don't have a plot queued up. Okay, so let's... Guess we're going to play a sentry here. Okay. Top deck 3 patrons. All right. We probably want to play another sentry then. Discard these. The gear. Oh, you know, I should have considered trashing the smugglers. I mean, it can smuggle a sentry here, but I don't know that it makes sense to do so. I mean, it's not a bad card to have. It's just... all it does is increase my opponent's ability to pile. So, I mean, at the very least, what I could do is set aside, like... well, we can set the smugglers aside with a different gear, I guess. So let's do that. Okay, now of these, we discarded 2 patrons. We have 2 patrons here. So there's 1 patron in these 4 cards. So we're probably better off playing the other gear first. Okay, Smuggler's Province, perfect. Get that out of here. There is 1 patron in these 2 cards. Good. So we need to think about what we're going to do with the artisan here, if anything. It's possible that we shouldn't. It's possible that we should make sure that our opponent's smugglers can't do anything. We could take a church if we think the set aside will be useful, but like I'm thinking about like taking a gear seems dangerous, potentially at least. I mean, maybe not. my opponent pile gears and take a lead if I double province? There's also the possibility that I should take messenger for the extra buy. Triple province probably isn't safe though, and I don't know that I want a duchy yet. Maybe just double provincing and storing up more coffers is the way to go. In which case, we want to do that. And then we probably do set aside the artisan. Well, we just don't do anything with the artisan. Play the gear, don't set aside anything. Play the patrons, play the messenger. I mean, artisan to top deck gear would be pretty good, I have to say. Question is, my opponent goes like province, estate. That's their buys. They smuggle gear. They artisan for 2 gears. There's still 2 gears left. They'd have to buy messenger for gear and then province. They wouldn't have... I think I can safely take a gear. I don't know if I should. That is the question. Should I take another gear? Messenger for gear, smuggle gear. Takes out 3 gears. Artisan for gear. No, I think it's not safe, right? If I take a gear, there's 4 gears left. They buy messenger for gear, there's 2 gears left. They smuggle a gear, there's 1 gear left. They artisan for gear, there's 0 gears left. They artisan for duchy or estate, and they buy province. Yeah, okay, so we just don't play the artisan, I think. $19 coffers left. I could have bought 4 provinces if I had the ability to gain 2 messengers that turn, but whatever. I think this will be fine. We'll have very easy triple province this turn, and I don't think there's any way for... Like, we've got the Sinister Plot there. I guess that was the other reason not to take a gears. We have so much draw. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we should just be able to... We're going to do Piazza first, I guess. That shouldn't really matter. Top deck 2 minstrels. Top deck a patron. Feeling a province. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. We've got enough. Blah, blah. And artisan for messenger, top deck. That. Do that, do that, do that, do that. Discard. Okay, I may have played that like overly cautiously. Like maybe I could have secured the win faster, but It doesn't matter. We got there in the end. Okay, that was Seaside. Now we got Dark Ages. I was second player. Cool. Okay, so now we have the trashing is Bonfire and Vampire. Okay, we've got Proc Fortress. That's exciting. Although Tragic Heroes go away pretty quickly, I expect. We would definitely want to get a Vampire. Like Horn Megaturn stuff. Oh, that's what the Tragic Heroes turn into, too. I guess the question is, how do you draw them once... Do you have to be careful? Maybe you get a Devil's Workshop and you use Imps. Be the case. You can see a couple of ways of approaching this. We could just, like, buy Devil's Workshop, Bonfire like crazy, and take gold off of Devil's Workshop. That's a little bit slow to get the Vampire, but we get to trash a bunch. Or we could open, like, some double silver variant, like maybe a Conclave, and then start the bonfiring. Or we could split the difference and bonfire. We'll go like Conclave Bonfire. The problem is, I don't think Conclave Bonfire actually makes us very likely to hit 5. So I think I'm gonna go... Maybe I'll go Devil's Workshop Silver. I think I do want the Imps. I think I probably want them badly enough that it's okay if I delay Vampire. We could still do the Devil's Workshop Bonfire thing. We end up with like Devil's Workshop, Copper, Estate, though, that's gonna suck. That's like fairly likely. We don't take the silver. Oh well. Just hope that doesn't happen. Okay, so we've got 1 estate, 2 coppers. I think I buy silver now. Okay, good. Bonfire again? That's the question. We got the gold, we've got the silver. We can afford Vampire, like, as it is. 4 cost right now isn't really doing anything for us. I think I am going to Bonfire. Now we can buy the Vampire. We can trash fortresses with Bat, so we don't have to worry too much about feeding the Bat. Oh, crap. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Oh, God. That's so bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have Estate, Devil's Workshop there. Oh no. It's friggin' terrible. Do I take another silver? That's the question. I think I do. Ugh. Oh, that was so bad, and now I've got all 3 of my estates. Didn't want to play a money deck. That wasn't the goal. Man. All right. Well, I guess we're taking another gold. It's like too much treasure, though. Like, the goal is to play Horns of Plenty, not golds. I'd rather gain a card costing up to 4, but do I buy a copper so that I can gain a 4 cost? Like, that can't be correct, right? Or is it fine to just take another gold? I mean, if we get a Tragic Hero, we'll be able to make use of the plus buy. I guess we take the gold. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. That was like easily the worst hex I could have been hit with. I wonder if I'm actually meant to take a Tragic Hero instead of a Vampire at this point. It's certainly possible. But I'm going to take the Vampire because I want to trash estates. I even wonder if I should take a second Vampire. Probably not. Could just take the Tragic Hero. And I guess we probably want a Fortress. Probably should get a Horn here. And maybe another hero. Oh my god, that's like that's like actively good. Beneficial hex, jeez. I think we take Proc Fortress here. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that diluted. Oh, great. I mean, we could top deck the Devil's Workshop, I guess. Although we have the Bat coming up. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that diluted it, or Envious rather, is going to cost me the game. And then, like, turning my opponent's gold into a horn with Locust is also really good for them. Wah. Look at all these gains. Ridiculous. I guess there's not much reason not to play the hero here. Though we did draw the proc, I was kind of afraid of that. So what do we need at this point? What do we need? No more heroes, more horns. Take the hero. Take a horn. We've got another fortress in there, so I think I'll take the proc. Maybe I should have taken one more hero instead of the horn, because if I don't draw a hero here, I'm not really doing anything this turn. I still haven't gotten a dang imp. I mean, I guess if I draw a horn, I can still get an imp. Tiles are going to go super fast here. Which might, in a way, be my saving grace, because we might be able to win on a sneaky pile up. But... okay. Well, I guess we might as well play the procession just for the horn. So we want another hero. And then we could take like Proc Peddler, or we could just take another hero. Like, we're a little low on villages, but the heroes are really important. And the imp will potentially help a little bit with that too. Too bad I didn't have like one more coin. Yeah. Now I'm worried I'm not going to have enough horns. Although if my opponent doesn't take more heroes, they might not be able to draw. So they may not be able to just empty the horns. It's an awkward balance for sure. Although it looks like oh, that's interesting. I don't think I would have done that. I think I would have wanted to continue hammering those piles. We should probably take a province, huh? We take the last of the horns and tragic heroes is another question. I think the answer has to be yes, to be honest. And do we take a duchy? We might want like a conclave, or Cursed Village is pretty risky, but we might need something that like helps our horns actually go off. We do have like a copper in our deck. We have proc fortress, silver, gold, horn, hero, silver, gold, horn, copper. I think we might be one short. It would have been nice to get a peddler instead, but oh, the imps. Okay. So maybe we just take duchy. Just pile out insurance. Fortunately, yeah, proc fortress does that. Awkward. And I'm starting to feel pretty good about where we are now. They're just gonna pile duchies. I'm not gonna pile them. Okay. All right. So now the question is, I don't think I want to proc the imp. I mean, it could make sense, but I think imps are a little too. Oh dear. Well, this isn't good. I was really hoping to see a fortress. I suppose we need to proc the tragic hero. It's just all there is to it. Can we win somehow? I don't think so. If I had 2 more coins, could empty the processions. Oh, well, I guess I wouldn't actually have the win off of it though. Okay, well, we could take some peddlers. And then buy duchy. I don't really want to trash horns into duchies. I'm hoping I don't need to do that. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, that is a better start to the turn. Maybe I should have procced the imp. Although I never did draw a fortress, so I think I only have like 2 in my deck, unfortunately. Yeah. Procking the peddler seems a little weird. Oh, I guess if you can like take all the duchies, and you just win. Yeah, that ended up being closer than I thought it was going to be, but ultimately I think I was playing from behind. For too long. Alright, we get Hinterlands now. I feel like I've played Hinterlands in every single match that I've had in this tournament. Alright, so we do not really have... Oh, there's plan. Okay, and there's also crop rotation, so those both help. T-Mog as well. I wonder if we want to plan T-Mog. Like, what else are we even opening with on this board? There's just, like, nothing cheap. I mean, ultimately, I would rather have my plan token on a different card, but getting in a state out of this shuffle seems pretty nice. I'm not so convinced that it's worth doing on the 4-3 that my opponent had. I could be just ambitious here and go for plan Border Village, the expectation that I want to buy Border Villages anyway. I think I'm alright with that. And then next turn I'll buy a silver, play the T-Mog. There is no plus buy. There is Artificer and Artisan for gains, and then we can do stuff with Groundskeeper. I guess we're going like Border Village Embassy for draw. It's pretty weak, but hey, we did it. We're going to get to trash a copper. Look at that. There's also the question. Well, I guess we could buy crop rotation instead. But I think I'm going to trash the copper. If I didn't have the extra coin, then I think it would make sense to buy crop rotation. So, do we want to go for Embassy? Embassy is weak draw, but it is draw. I think so. Guess I'm just taking another silver here. Another question is, do we want to go in for Groundskeepers? Like, we're not going to be able to gain a lot of green cards per turn. If we're going to do it, we're going to have to do it early so that we can get not enough value out of them. We could also just pick up a second embassy here and then figure to do that when the next time we get a border village. And I think I guess that's only the second transmogrify, but still. Oh wow, that's a lot of transmogrifies. It is only buy, so T-Mog silver into T-Mog does not enable plan trashing. T-Mog border and village into border village is pretty nice though. First village. Yeah, I guess that does work with Artificer. I was not thinking of that because I'm dumb. That was probably, although we still would prefer to draw up a little bit. Yes, I don't know, but I probably made a mistake there. I want to keep this estate around? I guess we do. Oh, right. I mean, increasing hand size will also work with Artificer, but the Cursed Village thing is probably better. And then another question is, do we want to T-Mog border village into border village? Hmm. Probably. I mean, it would be nice to T-Mog the estate if we're not going to get crop rotation. Hmm. Yeah, let's... Although we are going to have enough... No, never mind. I probably need to maximize gains more than worrying about that one estate. Oh, crap. I'm, like, off by one here. Guess we could discard the one of the artificers. I think that's probably... well... 2 cards on top, and... yeah. Alright, now if we use Artificer here, we can still hit 5. So we can just hit double 5 here, essentially. I think that's pretty good. Let's take another Artificer. Actually, I wonder if I should top deck Curse Village. No, because I want to play the other stuff first, and then Artificer, and then play the Curse Village. Envious? Well, that's annoying, but not lethal. What's going to be more annoying is if I don't find any of my draw cards. Oh, I didn't even notice that Minionpawn moved their token. Oh, we did. Okay, I think what we want to do is go Border Village Embassy first. We want to gain another T-Mog? Could see that being the play. Although, do we want to play this Artificer first? Our hand will be empty, so we can draw all 6 of these cards, one of which is an estate, unfortunately. We could also take a Cursed Village for 5. Play Cursed Village, Artificer again, that's probably better. Bad Omens. Not ideal, but not lethal. I do have a cursed village on top, although, yeah. Well, I guess if I also gain an artificer on top, there's a risk that I don't, like, pair them together, but it's pretty low. And then I guess we're going to take another T-Mog now. Okay, we got it. Would have been nice if I could have played that T-Mog, but that bad omens did hurt. Huh. Soldier estate for crop rotation. That's cute. Man, these draws have worked out perfectly for Minionpawn. Like, that is like, you really could not ask for better there. All right, so gain another T-Mog, this Artificer, or we can just play this T-Mog and play the Cursed Village and hope for the best. Probably gaining the T-Mog is going to be better. Okay. Gain a 5 cost. Should we? And then play the embassy. Or maybe we shouldn't use the Artificer. Maybe we should play the embassy first. And if we gain another Cursed Village, we can draw back up. So maybe that's what we should do. Sure, why not? 1, 2, 3, I guess? Or maybe we don't need the Artificer. Actually, maybe we should play the T-Mog too. Okay. Probably embassy first. Piles are certainly low. Certainly low. We should probably pick up a province. Well, if I discarded, it's hard to keep track. 5 stop cards. 6 stop cards, 2 non-stop cards. Nine stop cards. I think we want... What do we want? Could take an embassy. That might be the play. That'll help sift the crap off the top of our deck. Guess we don't need the border village. We can go... Although we could discard the border village. Or, sorry, discard the T-Mog. And take border village embassy. But then we top take the border village. That doesn't work. All right, do we stop here? We probably stop here. I want to trash this curse, but I probably need to buy a province, which means I can't buy a border village to trash the curse. So that's annoying. Three T-Mogs on the mat. 3 T-Mogs for Minionpawn. So they cannot... Well, they could empty piles with the Artificers, I guess. But I don't know if they're going to be able to do it in a way that wins. It seems like it's going to be hard. Thanks to misery. Or miserable, whatever. Well, I guess they're going for it. Maybe it's not going to be hard. I mean, still got to get, like, a couple of T-Mogs. And then buy province. But depending on what their hand looks like, it might not be that difficult. Oh, they've also got to get one more Artificer. Oh, right. They can do the border village. And if they've got a, yeah, if they've got a curse village in hand, I'm pretty dunzo. I don't know. Maybe there was a way for me to defend against this and or take more points, but it seemed pretty difficult. You don't want to play T-Mog and, well, I guess you might if you're going to play another curse village, but more likely you just want an Artificer. Yeah. I mean, if they, I guess if they don't find another Artificer. Yeah, but they did. Oh. We got an Artificer for a state. And then find enough money to buy province, which shouldn't be difficult. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think I probably was a little too cavalier with the end game there. Okay, and finally we have the hand mix. Yeah, I should have looked at the fact that they had 3 T-Mogs on the mat. That was the real threat. I was sort of not paying attention to. Okay, so we've got oh, Village Green Minion is kind of interesting, and Vault. And Embassy. There's a lot of Village Green activators on this board. Looks like Mask is the trashing, so we're going to want to get that. We probably want a Sinister Plot for anti-dudding purposes, even though the draw here is not necessarily super synergistic with it. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and grab a Plot. I guess Diplomat reacting to Minion prevents your hand from just getting chucked. Well, our Mask is going to miss. That's unfortunate. I don't see much purpose in drawing a card here. I mean, we'd have a chance to hit 5. It is a 50-50 chance. We might also find the Mask. So really, so long as we don't find an estate, we're pretty happy. Yeah. Okay. And then the question is, what do we want our first 5 to be? And I think it's probably Minion just to hit Masquerade faster. Does Diplomat work with the flag? Draw 2 cards and discard 3. Okay, so I think we are going to want a village. So Diplomat is not going to prevent you from getting hit by Minion if you have the flag, or had the flag. We draw up with our Plot again. We can Minion discard without putting this stuff into the shuffle, which makes it very likely that we find our Masquerade. I think I would do that. Unfortunately, we didn't find the Village Green. Oh, that's okay. What are we waiting for? Village Green? Must be. I don't see why you wouldn't play that like for next turn. Like there's like no reason I can see. Three is not really the number that I want, although I could borrow, I suppose. Borrow for another Village Green, perhaps. Our opponent doesn't have a minion, so it's not like as good as it would otherwise be. Don't want silver. Could take a second Mask, I suppose. Yeah, it seems fine. All right, now I think I'm going to next turn this since we've got terminals coming up. Take another Village Green. Although if we get hit by that minion, we'll all be for naught, probably. But we didn't. Okay, so something else to pay attention to. There's no plus buy. Keep that in mind. Oh, why did I pass a state there? I have another mask. Let's... Okay, so one of those two cards is a village green, and the other one is a copper. You leave the village green on top, the minion discard is fairly likely to activate it, so I think that's reason enough to not discard with this minion. We do discard with the minion. We can potentially play the village green for next turn, but we're not that likely to hit 5 at all. Oh, in fact, we can't, so... So, yeah, let's just grab another minion. I think we need to draw here. There were a gainer, some plus buy or something. That would be better. Okay, so now we discard with this minion, we draw... But well, we do have another minion down there. We get to play our village green for next turn. We find a minion with 2 coins plus the 3 coppers that we'll have. Yeah, that works. The lack of gains on this board is pretty gross. I think we just do coins. Coins. I guess in theory if we discarded with the minion first, but it's just easier to reason about this way. I guess we're starting to get to the point where we risk not having something to pass. So we can always pass one of the masquerades, I guess. But I should maybe stop trashing or something. I don't know. I think I'm going to trash this second Masquerade. Really don't need it. Do we need to take the last minion? I guess we probably should. My opponent may be holding on to that last estate as like a tiebreaker point, but with castles on the board, I'm not like as concerned about that as it might otherwise be. Oops. Oh no, they've already played their mask. We got 5 minions. We don't need not play this for discard. Get him? Nope. That is going to be hard to catch up on castles without having gainers. I think we still go in for provinces. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I guess I have the other mask. Pretty annoying. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Please, minion, attack me first. Please. There's 10 coppers trashed, which means I have 3 of the 4 remaining coppers, and yet... Okay. Ugh. I got my mask back. Okay. And we're even on coppers now. The real problem is that my opponent has an estate, and I do not. Well, they had to borrow. That's interesting. I mean, with Sinister Plot, it's not going to matter, but... Alright, so what do we do about the fact that... We can get them to pass the estate, but... I guess they probably won't. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm just kind of stuck here. My opponent can't possibly dud. If I buy Duchy, like, how do I actually catch up? If I buy Castles, how do I actually catch up? I don't know what my plan was here. didn't have much of one, I suppose. Did not see far enough into the future. Like I said, they can't dud. They could be forced to pass something bad, but even then it's not likely, I mean, to make a difference. I guess I just have to take Duchy, though. There's just, like, not much else I think I can do. If I take Humble and then Crumbling, the points ramp too slowly, I think. I drag things out and maybe force them into a bad pass, but I don't know what that actually looks like when the plot is so big. Like, if they have to pass a minion or something, like, it doesn't really hurt them anyway. Maybe I actually do for now, so that I can try to find a copper too. I did not consider the fact that that would mean I would get minion attacked again. Probably should have thought about that. Probably should have thought about that. Wait, what? What? I don't understand what just happened. A vault? Well, should I borrow? That guarantees me a province. Then they buy province, then I buy province, and I win. What the hell just happened? I mean, they can buy duchy, but... What the heck just happened? What the heck just happened? Why did they buy Vault? Why didn't they just buy Duchy? Don't understand. It just seems so obviously incorrect. Oh, maybe it didn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I might as well not... Or do I want to have the discard attack? Is that going to hurt them? It's not even clear. I guess I'll do it. Part of me wants to play this Masquerade, but I think... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I guess I can discard Province Minion. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. Just timing. Well, that's kind of a signal. Maybe I just won't. I have to pass a minion. So be it. Okay. Do have Hopper down there, so I guess stop here. Buy a duchy. Right, maybe we can force them into a bad pass now. Maybe. Wait, now you buy Humble Castle? Don't I just win if I buy Province on back-to-back turns? I'm so confused. Although, now let's just play the mask first. Do we get him? We got him. Coins, 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 coins. By province. I don't understand why I have a shot to win this game. It would seem that I do. Oh. I guess... No, I don't even know. I'm well and truly confused by what has happened. I thought for sure that this game was just completely lost. How could they have only hit 3 coins? Well, why didn't you just pop your plot? I don't think I lucked into this. I think my opponent threw the game. Going to hit what? I'm really confused. Like, are they talking about the turn where they bought the vault, or the turn where they bought the... They must be talking about the turn where they bought Humble Castle, but I don't know. I didn't think those decks were capable of dudding in the way that Minionpawn is describing. I don't know. Maybe if I saw it from their perspective, I would better understand. But it seems to me like I don't know. The vault didn't seem good. Like, granted, I had, as I often do, misunderstood the exact nature of the points advantage. I was thinking like, oh, now I buy duchy, and then you know, you're behind. But they still had time to buy duchy and like be back ahead. But the difference was that they couldn't buy province safely. If they had bought duchy instead of vault, then they could have safely bought province the next turn. I mean, maybe they didn't hit province, you know, but they had a bunch of turns then, you know, where they bought duchy, I bought duchy, blah blah blah. But like, if they buy duchy instead of vault, then anytime they hit province, they can just buy the province, have the lead, and then pop the plot on the following turn and guarantee province in the win. So like, I think the vault was a mistake. And then on top of that, I like the Humble Castle, like I assume is the dud that they're talking about. So maybe what they just meant was like they did a, you know, something like minion for coins, minion for discard. Whoops, I drew into crap, and like I, you know, couldn't afford duchy and whatever. I don't know. but the vault, to me, that was an error, because you go from having the tempo advantage to having to like do the duchy dance for real. And then you do risk that ultimately you end up like in the situation that they did, where you whiff and then I take the tempo advantage, and then there's nothing they can do in response. So yeah, I don't think that was like a luck issue per se. I mean, if they bought duchy the turn that they bought vault, and then suppose, for the sake of argument, that they had never been able to hit province and we had still duchy danced anyway, then the turn that they hit Humble Castle, they would have still had the lead by 1 point before they bought the Humble Castle, which would have meant like they had a turn to spare, essentially. Like I buy duchy and then they buy duchy, and I still can't safely buy province. So, and like regardless of whether I bought the last duchy or they bought the last duchy, it should have been the case that like there was no way that I was going to win the duchies like 5-3 unless they dudded multiple times. So that wouldn't have been a problem. So yeah, I think the vault cost them the game. I think I did not play the early game correctly. Like hanging on to the estate was a good idea. I didn't see that until it was too late. And I also, so the turn that I ended up hitting 3 and bought the second Masquerade was a problem, because we really just getting the minions as fast as possible so that you could transition into greening was important. I don't remember why I hit 3. Like, should I have borrowed for village green? Because you did need a couple of village greens to like make the deck work through the greening phase. That was pretty important. I don't know. I feel like I did something wrong there, but maybe that was more of a draws thing, but I probably could have handled it better. I mean, I was first player, so in theory I should have been ahead, on such a straightforward board. And the fact that I wasn't suggests that I screwed something up there, but I have to go back and look at it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will be back on Friday with another match in this tournament, and then should probably be playing another one this weekend as well. So until then,